Well, salutations, kindred spirits. Hello, and welcome back to another weekly Wednesday magic lesson. And today we're talking about cards. In particular, we're talking about shifting cards. The pass. By request, we're going to talk about the classic pass. And as I say these words, I can't help but imagine how cool some B-roll would be here. As I mentioned, we're going to talk about the Riffle pass, that style of classic pass, as well as how I handle the Dribble pass, the basic classic pass, and we'll also talk about where I learned the move, some tips I picked up along the way that might help you in your quest to learn the perfect pass. But before we get to that, let me take a minute and get through some news here. It's early May, and as such, I'm going to push the pause button on our weekly Wednesday sessions. Here's why. During the month of May, I've committed to Trick a Day May, where every day this month I'm uploading unique social media magic, mainly to TikTok, where if you saw my last video, you know I have access to 3-minute videos now. Yeah, they've extended my time length. So I'm playing in the sandbox on TikTok, and every day this month I'm uploading new magic there. Some of that will be on YouTube, all of it will be on TikTok, and also, part 2 of why we're on pause is I'm taking my extra time to film some higher end tutorials. So I am still filming tutorials. This higher end stuff will be uploaded into a membership section of YouTube, and here I'll be offering things, some of my unique magic like flush brush. I know a lot of you wanted to learn my work on the coin assembly, so I'll be putting that up there. Over the course of time, it'll eventually be my entire catalog of material. I hope to start the membership in June with a good 5 or 6 tutorials to get this thing rolling, and stay tuned as we get closer to that goal. And I'll be active on YouTube. You're going to see me uploading a lot, but I'm going to cut out the Wednesdays just through May. So that's the name of that too. All right, let's get started with the pass, in particular the classic pass. And let me mention, I've already touched base on how I handle the Herman pass, which is a different style approach to cutting the deck, which if you don't know what a pass is, it's basically cutting the deck, but doing so in a manner that is ideally not seen by the eye. And by no means am I suggesting I'm a master of this and like I'm the guy to learn from, but hey, you guys said you wanted to hear me talk about it, so I'm talking about it. And when I'm talking about masters, let me tell you who I learned from. When I was growing up, one of the premier exponents of the pass was Derek Dingle. He's a accomplished sleight of hand man, rest in peace, left us a few years ago, but when I was a youngster, he was the man. He did all the stuff the best, and he had a unique handling, which we'll examine in some detail, that used a curled forefinger beneath the deck. And well, I learned this technique from the Complete Works of Derek Dingle. In addition, it was a great book. Complete Works of Derek Dingle is well worth your attention, especially the past stuff. Also, his early videotape series, you'll find, I think, his Riffle pass on the Tannin Stars of Magic. So go hunt that down if you want. But I think a better resource if you want like a good broad pass curriculum, Richard Kaufman on the pass is probably what opened my eyes the widest to not just the classic but other styles of the pass and some different covering motions. The jiggle pass, which you don't see talked a lot about. And if you haven't seen Richard Kaufman on the pass and you're interested in the pass, you do yourself a favor and go check that out. And that's how I learned to do the things I do. I mean, not just that. Of course, there's Erdonase, which, expert at the card table, if you're interested in this subject matter, required reading. It could be a chore, but man, if you get in there, all the details are waiting on there. He'll tell you where to put all the fingers and which each finger does, and just read between the lines, read all the lines, and Erdonase will help you a lot. And now I'm going to try to do my part to help you, and I think probably what's best here is if we segue into a close-up view. So I'm going to shift my situation, get a close-up shot that y'all can get in on some details, and we'll talk about the basic classic pass handling, the Riffle pass application, and how I handle the Dribble pass. So let's do that now, up close and personal. All right, here we go with a close-up look at the pass, which again is just cutting the deck rapidly using sleight of hand techniques that ideally will make it invisible to your viewer. So Let's start with the grip. You're going to need a pinky break, and when I say pinky break, I mean you're going to want to get your pinky in there. So it's not just the flesh, it's jammed in there, and that top portion of the deck is controlled by your pinky, the ring finger, and then the birdie finger loosely, but it's mainly these two that do the lion's share of the work on the top half of the deck. The lower portion is controlled by the hand above, and the thumb grasps the outer left corner along with the birdie finger. So these two fingers control the lower portion of the deck, as well as the third finger, which will be lifting up. It'll be pivoting upward, pulling upward as I execute the pass. That's a detail often missed. Note that my forefingers are curled above and below. They're actually applying pressure. This is the Derek Dingle technique that I talked about. Forefingers above and below. This helps with some of the riffle and even kind of with the dribble, the way the pressure works. Not so much with the classic pass, but I don't advocate the classic pass anyway. I always use a cover action. So I don't know that this grip's going to work for you. Passes are different for everyone, so play around with these grips. If they don't feel right, just find another pass. There's as many different passes as there are humans, so figure out yours. But continuing on, I've got my break, I've got the grip, the third finger and the thumb. This finger is ready to pull up. As it pulls up, the top half is pulled down by the pinky and the third and ring finger. This half is pulled up, and then we coalesce the deck. That's the pass. Now, the cover actions. The one I use mostly is the riffle cover. So as I do this downward motion pointed from here to here, my thumb is going to begin riffling, and I really start here, like even before don't wait until you've finished then do it. You got to be like riffling as you're going. So that was a choke, but that's the idea of the riffle pass. As you tilt from here to here, your forefingers help with this pressure to create a little tension as your thumb is able to riffle up on that, pressure-based. I'm babbling here, but I hope this makes sense. Just pull up with your thumb and riffle the deck as that's the riffle action. The dribble style, which maybe I'd be more apt if I'm using this as a control, I kind of eliminate the left thumb for when I do a dribble pass. So this is the dribble style. To do this, I have the same grip, clipped here and here. I just kind of release the left thumb, release the left thumb as I start the pass actions while the hand is dipping, and allow the cards to fall into my hand, dribbling off the fingertips. So from this side, it looks like this in slow motion. In a fast motion, something like that. So that's it. Classic pass, riffle pass, dribble pass. Hope that works out for you. Woo boy, nothing like describing minute sleight of hand details at length. And on that note, let me re-advocate the master teachings of guys like Erdenace, expert at the card table, Richard Kaufman on the pass, and his writings and the complete works of Derek Dingle. If you're going to study the pass, in addition to guys like me filming YouTube videos, you're going to want to look at the masters and others as well. Guys like Xavier Spade or Alex Pandrea, both wonderful technicians who have tutorials on the platform here as well. And chances are, as you evolve your own techniques, you'll figure out what works for your hands. Like I have long, big thumbs, which means I have thumb issues. Maybe you have short thumbs and you'll have thumb issues, but the point is all hands are different, and that's why there's so many passes. That's what I think. Applications, just a brief mention on pass applications. When I do the classic or the riffle or even the dribble, sometimes I go deep on the dribble, but for classic and riffle, I'm usually working from the top third of the deck. So rarely will I be passing a big chunk. It's usually just a few cards. And while I'm talking about that, I'm going to advocate the pinky count in conjunction with this. This is my Pinky Swear DVD, which contains a collection of my magic that use the pinky count, which I have talked about in one of my tutorials. The pinky count in conjunction with the pass. This gives you access to multiple stacks within a deck. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that. Heck, you've seen me do some of them on YouTube Shorts. I've posted some of these tricks already. So hey, if you want to support the channel, go to conjure.com and make a little purchase of Pinky Swear, and then you can learn some extra things with the pass in the pinky count. Hey, what do you know? We got a commercial in. Hey, capitalism. All right, guys, there you go. That's your weekly Wednesday magic lesson by request. As mentioned, it'll be the last one for a few weeks. I gotta get focused on other materials, or I have to find a clone. If I can find a clone, we'll get back to regular business. Aside from that, we'll resume the weekly lessons in June. But hey, that's gonna be it for now. So ciao, and thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Hey, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.